Record. Hi, study mates. Welcome back to Let's Study TOEFL program. I'm Sharfina Sekarputri, and I'm your English tutor. Today we're going to learn about definition, structural clues, reading skill. Let's make this fun and easy to understand. Okay, let's go to the first question. First, we have to read the sentence. The cacophony, a harsh and jarring mixture of sounds, made it impossible to concentrate. The word cacophony in the sentence is closest in meaning to. We have four choices. Is it A, silence, or B, music, or C, noise, or D, whisper? Okay, I will give you 5 seconds to answer this question. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's go. Take a look on the answer. Okay, so first of all, we have to pay attention to the words. Kita harus pay attention ke kata-kata yang ditanyakan adalah cacophony. Cacophony, berarti kita harus perhatikan kalimat setelahnya yang menjelaskan apa arti dari cacophony tersebut. Seperti yang ditulis di sini ya, a harsh and jarring mixture of sounds made it impossible to concentrate. Berarti di sini kata-kata a harsh and jarring mixture of sounds menunjukkan sesuatu yang bersuara dengan keras dan tidak enak. Sehingga yang harus kita cari adalah sinonim dari cacophony tersebut. Dan sinonimnya adalah noise. So the answer is C. Okay. Give me a short time to clean this mess. So before moving on to the next question, all right, let's move on to question number 2. Let's read the sentence. The ephemeral nature of youth is often romanticized in literature. That is, it is fleeting and lasts only a short time. The word ephemeral in the sentence is closest in meaning to. Jadi di sini pertanyaannya masih meminta sinonim ya, teman-teman. Sinonim dari ephemeral ini apa? So, seperti yang kalimat sebelumnya, kita melihat dulu ke apa yang tertera dalam kalimat ephemeral, often romanticized in literature. That is fleeting and lasts only a short time. So, is it A, lasting, or B, eternal, or C, temporary, or D, hopeful? I will give you 5 seconds to answer the question. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's take a look on the answer. Okay, so the answer is C, temporary. Why? Because dari kata-kata that is, it is fleeting and lasts only a short time. Di sini, secara tidak langsung, secara langsung dijelaskan sebagai tidak bertahan lama atau yang disebut juga dengan temporary. Sehingga jawabannya adalah C. Okay, let's continue to the next question. Question number 3. He was known for his parsimonious habits. In other words, he rarely spent money and hated unnecessary expenses. The word parsimonious in the sentence is closest in meaning to. Masih sama ya, berarti yang ditanyakan adalah sinonim. Sinonim dari parsimonious. Parsimonious habits. He rarely spent money. Di sini kata kuncinya so. Is the answer generous, careful, stingy, or extravagant? I will give you 5 seconds to answer the question. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's take a look on the answer. Okay, so the answer is C, stingy. Kenapa? Karena parsimonious di sini dia pelit atau hemat berlebihan sehingga sinonimnya adalah stingy. The answer is C. All right, let's move on to question number 4. Unlike his gregarious brother, Mark is rather reclusive, preferring to stay home and avoid social interactions. The word reclusive in the sentence is closest its meaning to. Reclusive di sini means that Mark prefers to stay home and avoid social interaction. So, what could be the answer? Apakah Mark itu friendly, outgoing, solitary, or talkative? Dari sini kelihatan ya, he avoids social interactions. So, the answer is not friendly, it is not outgoing, and it is not talkative. So, I will give you 5 seconds to answer this question. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's take a look on the answer. The answer is C, solitary. Why? Because di sini dijelasin kalau Mark itu suka menyendiri. Dia suka menyendiri karena dia prefer to stay at home and avoid social interactions. So, yang paling tepat adalah C, solitary. All right, let's go to the next question. Question number 5. The professor's lecture was so esoteric that is understandable only to a small group of specialists. Most of the students struggled to follow it. Nah, apa sih artinya dari esoteric ini? The word esoteric in the sentence is closest its meaning to. Ini masih sinonim lagi ya. Esoteric itu dijelaskan sebagai understandable only to a small group of specialists. The students struggle to follow. Berarti students nggak mengerti. Yang mengerti cuma specialist. Jadi, what could be the answer? Is it boring, difficult, specialized, or fake? I will give you 5 seconds to answer this question. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's go check the answer. The professor's lecture was so esoteric that is understandable only to a small group of specialists. Ini adalah definisi langsung juga yang langsung menjelaskan kalau esoteric itu only understandable to a specialist, yang menunjukkan hanya dimengerti oleh kalangan tertentu. So the answer is C, specialized. Okay, let's go. Let's move on to the next question. Number 6. The castle's architecture was truly opulent, with ceilings adorned in gold leaf, silk tapestries on every wall, and crystal chandeliers in each room. The word opulent could be best replaced by what could be the answer? The castle's architecture was opulent, with ceilings adorned in gold leaf, silk tapestries on every wall, and crystal chandeliers. Is the answer expensive, overwhelming, old-fashioned, or mysterious? Berarti di sini terlihat ya kalau castle-nya itu mewah karena ceilings-nya dari gold leaf and silk tapestries on every wall. So I will give you 5 seconds to answer this question before we check on the answer. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oke, clue-nya ada pada contoh gold leaf, silk tapestries, dan crystal chandeliers yang menunjukkan kalau castle ini sangat-sangat mewah atau opulent. So, opulent means expensive and luxurious. Tapi yang paling cocok di antara semua pilihan ini adalah it's not overwhelming ya, not old-fashioned juga, and not mysterious. So the answer is A, expensive. All right, let's move on to the next question. Question number 7. The scientists observed several anomalous results. Hasil yang anomali atau aneh, such as inconsistent temperature readings and unexpected chemical reactions, which deviated from expected pattern. The word anomalous could be best replaced by. This is actually very easy ya, karena udah dijelasin inconsistent temperature readings and unexpected chemical reactions. Berarti ini hasilnya itu aneh dan tidak sesuai ekspektasi. So, hasil yang anomali ini disebut juga dengan apa? Is it dangerous? No. Is it predictable? No. Jelaskan karena di sini itu unexpected, so it is not predictable. Is it repeated? No. Is it abnormal? I will give you 5 seconds to answer the question. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, give me some seconds to clean this mess. Okay, let's go move on to the next. Let's go check on the answer. Benar ya, the answer is C, abnormal. Karena pada tulisan inconsistent temperature readings and unexpected chemical reactions ini menunjukkan ada hasil tidak biasa atau menyimpang, sehingga jawaban yang benar adalah abnormal. Okay, guys, if I'm talking too fast, you can pause the video and probably slow down the video, okay? I will try my best to slow down. Okay, let's go move on to the next question. Question number 8. The king's benevolence was evident in his lavish donations to the poor, grand public feasts, and generous rewards to his loyal subjects. The word benevolence could be best replaced by. Dijelasin ya di sini kalau the king's benevolence. What is this? Terlihat dalam lavish donations and grand public feasts and generous rewards to his loyal subjects. So, what could it be? Is it authority? Is it generosity? Is it bravery? Or is it strictness? I will give you 5 seconds to answer the question. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's go check and take a look on the answer. The king's benevolence was evident in his lavish donations to the poor, grand public feasts, and generous rewards to his loyal subjects. Berarti menunjukkan kalau benevolence memiliki arti kedermawanan atau kemurahan hati. So, closest word dari benevolence ini adalah generosity. So, the answer is B. All right, let's go to the next question. Question number 9. His sanguine outlook much like a gardener who continues to plant flowers even during a drought. Di musim kemarau ya, showed his unwavering optimism despite the persistent setbacks. The word sanguine means sanguine outlook. What could this be? Dijelasin juga ya kalau gardenernya ini showed his unwavering optimism despite the persistent setbacks. So, what could sanguine means? Is it emotionally unstable? Is it disillusioned? Is it cheerfully optimistic? Or is it realistic? I'll give you 5 seconds to answer the question. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oke, jadi jawabannya adalah C. Why? Because dari kalimat like a gardener who continues to plant flowers even during a drought mengandung unsur perbandingan yang menunjukkan kalau the gardener in this story itu punya optimisme yang tinggi meskipun ada di situasi yang sulit seperti itu. So, dia ini sangat-sangat full of hope. So, the closest answer to the question is C, cheerfully optimistic. Okay, let's go to the last question in this section. Number 10. The historian's account was filled with specious arguments, statements that appeared convincing on the surface but lacked real evidence. Statements that appeared convincing on the surface but lacked real evidence or logic beneath, like a beautifully wrapped and empty box. So what could be the word spacious means? It looks convincing on the surface but lacked real evidence, like a beautifully wrapped empty box. So what could the answer be? Is it A, untrue but deceptively attractive? I'm sorry. Or is it B, well-reasoned? Or is it C, attractive and critical? Or is it D, aggressively critical? I will give you 5 seconds to answer the question. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's check on the answer. So the answer is A, untrue but deceptively attractive. Why? Because bisa dibaca dari sini ya guys, clue-nya like a beautifully wrapped empty box. Yang menunjukkan kalau arguments yang disebut di sini meyakinkan tapi menyesatkan. So the answer is A, untrue but deceptively attractive. Okay. Okay, now apa saja sih berarti inti dari pembelajaran kita dalam video kali ini? So, cara menjawab soal structural clues itu, kita harus melihat pertama-tama petunjuk yang ada di dalam teks. Petunjuknya itu apa saja? Petunjuknya itu bisa jadi berupa sinonim, contoh, perbandingan atau metafora, kata hubung penjelas, tanda baca, atau apapun jenisnya. Dan kita juga perlu pelajari kosakata akademik yang sering keluar. Contohnya seperti apa? Seperti ephemeral, benevolent, redundant, ubiquitous, obscure, etc. Okay, awesome. I think that's all for today for our video. That's all for our video. Thank you for joining this class with me. Keep practicing and don't forget consistency is key. You've got this. See you in the next lesson, study mates. Oh, and also, you can appreciate our project dengan memberikan donasi sebagai dukungan bahan pembelajaran gratis melalui scan kris di samping. Selain donasi berbentuk uang, teman-teman juga bisa membantu kami untuk membagikan platform Let's Study kepada teman ataupun masyarakat di sekitar teman-teman. Okay, thank you everyone for your time and thank you for joining me in our class. Goodbye and see you soon.